Okay, I guess some of the things I'd like to know is how you got started in painting.
Well, I got started back in high school. I used to take a lot of art classes just because I was kind of a slacker class clown type, and got me out of some work, and that's what started it all. I probably spent too many hours on the watching TV. The Bob Ross, if you recall Bob Ross or William Alexander, used to be on PBS. The guy with the frizzy afro with the happy little clouds thing. So that kind of always stuck in my mind. And about 3 years ago, I decided I had time and I wanted to do something with it, so I just started painting on the side as a way of I don't know, pressure release, I guess.
So I was thinking, where do you mainly paint?
Where
Mm-hmm.
I mainly paint in the basement of my house. I have a room set up just for the artwork.
How did you decide to go with oils?
Well, for me, the oils is a little more forgiving. The acrylics dry quicker, so you're kind of boxed into what happens. The oils are more forgiving, and you can let dry and kind of keep going over the top of it and adding and doing things. So that's plus, like I said, I go back to the Bob Ross, so I'm watching him do the wet on wet with the oils, and that's what I started on.
Then how you do mainly scenes,
I did some
nature.
abstracts. I don't like them as well because to me it doesn't seem like art, but mostly it's scenery. Yeah, I don't like to do a lot of animals or people just because I'm too picky, and I just, if it doesn't look perfect, then I don't want to continue with the project. So
What are some of the scenes that you've done?
I like to do a lot of mountain water reflections, things like that, birch trees. I did a couple night skylines, things like that. It's mostly outdoor, kind of things I can recall from my mind that I've seen, sunsets, sunrises, things like that.
Do you, do you do these on special requests, or
No,
this just comes out of you?
it's
What
just
you
something
see?
that I decide someday I sit down and decide, well, today I want to do a mountain scenery, and then I will work on that. And if I get frustrated, I'll walk away. Sometimes if I get it done, I'll keep coming back and dibble and dabble until I probably went too far. I have to be careful I don't do that too and overpaint the picture. So
Do you have any idea how many you've done in the past 3 years?
I'm probably at about 35 right now. I've been trying to shoot for one a month, but the last year I've been probably doing one a week maybe.
Does that mean there's more stress in your life, so you need
Yeah,
this? Yeah.
more stress. I'm an empty nester now, so I needed a hobby that was would conform to my hours. If I'm awake at 3 in the morning and can't sleep, I can grab a paintbrush and start doing something. So, but I typically, painting will take me from a half an hour to 3 hours, depending on how picky I am with it. But that's the biggest thing. It's like the saying that good is evil of perfection is evil of good. That's what I find. If I don't like something, I'll keep fiddling around with it till finally I don't like it at all. And then I've overdone it and walk away and start again. But the oil is pretty forgiving in that respect.
You've got some paintings up around town. What are the different places?
I've got some at City Hall and some at the police department and some at the Cannon Valley Coffee Shop. Just my wife kind of coaxed me into, well, put them up and sell them. To me, I don't want to sell them because then it seems like a job. I mean, I like it as an art form. The minute I have to do it as a job, then it's maybe like something I don't want to do. So I've been reluctant to sell them. I've gotten rid of a couple of them, traded for buffet tickets and stuff like that. But as of right, I give them to the kids or give them to people. But yeah, I've got there's about 10 of them up around town right now.
Good. Thank you. Anything else you can think that you wanted to add to either encourage other people or?
I guess I get people saying, "How can you do that?" or "I could never do it," and you could. I can't even make a stick person, and I can't even hardly sign my name legibly. So it's something you just have to have the confidence to jump into. there are a number of courses available, like at Hobby Lobbies, where you can, all the supplies are provided. You can pay the $55 or whatever and do a picture. So that's where a lot of community ed classes are available for painting. So a lot of YouTube videos, many educational videos on YouTube. You just put in oil painting techniques. That's where I get a lot of my knowledge, bits and pieces.
That's so good. It is it is it co- is it hard to, when you first asked to put a painting up at City Hall or here, was that kind of hard to do?
It was, because I always feel it's not good enough. But when people start saying, "Hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me?" Yeah, I will. I still to this day, I'm not an artist. I'm a house painter. Gone awry. I'm not an artist. I don't see myself as an artist, and I don't think I ever will. It's just something, like I say, a hobby for me.
But there are many hobbies you could choose from, and so this one seems like it comes from your heart, or it really fills a spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does, and I can, like I say, so many times I see things, driving a sunset, a sunrise, that just stick in my mind. And I'd like to get into more wildlife stuff now, bald eagles, things like that. I'd like to do some of that.
Do you take a picture and then paint from that, or is
No.
it all in your mind?
If I can't get it perfect, then it bothers me. So if I take a picture, then I try to copy it and replicate it. And then once I can't replicate it, then it's like, well, I better stop. It's not good enough. It doesn't look like the picture. So no, that's why I don't try to. That's why the things with the landscapes are forgiving. A sunrise, sunset, there's no wrong color. Or if I start trying to do people, then all of a sudden, somebody's head is too big or their arms are too long, and then I get critical of myself. But yeah, the biggest thing I would say to people is don't be afraid to start. Worst you can do is throw it in the garbage and move on. But yeah.
And as a person who looks at paintings, we really shouldn't, we shouldn't critique it or judge it, because it's an expression of the person doing the painting.
Right.
And if you like it or don't like it, maybe that's the critique we should.
Yeah, and that's what I learned. I went to the Walker Arts Center this summer.
Good.
And I learned what art was, or, to me, a collection of tinfoil balled up wasn't art, but if that's what your thing is, then who am I to say, but at least made me feel better about my work, seeing some of the things that are worth thousands of dollars and called art, so.
Okay. Boy, that kind of wraps it up, I think. I think that's really good. You're encouraging people and you're sharing yourself. Anything else we should add?
Like I said, I would just tell people to go for it, but YouTube has just been really valuable for me. Like I said, if you want to sit down and watch a 9-minute, 20-minute video, I can save my favorites and go back, and there's a lot of paintings you can kind of follow on there too as well. But there's a lot of crafty things on YouTube. So.
Great. Hey, thank you very much. Okay. How can you do a Packers painting? You being a Minnesota Viking fan, right?
It was very tough. It was kind of a bet that I lost, and I didn't have the heart to do anything green and gold Packers, so I kind of morphed it into a Northern Lights scene, and with the green and gold, that's as close as I could get to Packers. I didn't have it in me to do anything at Packers, but I had lost a bet, and I did want to at least.
Here's a painting by Tom found at the Public Works Department. Let's check out some of the places where you can see Tom's art and sit back and enjoy.
Tom left these pictures for us to hang on our wall, and it's back in our youth area. And they're just so peaceful, and I've had a lot of kids comment on them too. And
Thanks to all who took part in our program, and thanks to you for watching Along the Way with Rosie.